Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affairs MCQs program. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, the Subansiri River makes its way to India through which of the following? Miri Hills, Tezu Hills, Tirap Hills or Garo Hills? The correct answer is option A, Miri Hills. Recently, a massive landslide at NHPC's much delayed 2000 megawatt Subansiri hydro project along the Assam-Arunachal Pradesh border. Subansiri or Gold River is the largest tributary of the upper Brahmaputra River. It originates from the Tibetan Himalayas and makes its way to India Miri Hills, Arunachal Pradesh. The construction of Subansiri Hydro Project is being undertaken by National Hydroelectric Power Corporation Limited. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, consider the following statements regarding the Krishi 24/7. 1. It is developed with the support of google.org. 2. The tool scans news articles in multiple languages and translates them into Hindi. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the Union Agriculture Ministry, in collaboration with the Wadhwani Institute for Artificial Intelligence, developed Krishi 24/7. It is the first ever AI-powered solution for automated agricultural news monitoring and analysis with support from google.org. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The tool scans news articles in multiple languages and translates them into English. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. It extracts essential information from news articles such as headline, crop name, event type, date, location, severity, summary, and source link, ensuring that the ministry receives timely updates on relevant events published on the web. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Integrated Development of Wildlife Habitat Program. 1. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. 2. It covers national parks and wildlife sanctuaries only. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the Tamil Nadu government issued an order to implement Project Dolphin under the Integrated Development of Wildlife Habitat Program of the Government of India. The Project Dolphin is to strengthen the marine ecology and overall health of the marine environment. It is an ongoing centrally sponsored scheme, hence statement 1 is correct. It provides support to protected areas, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, conservation reserves, and community reserves. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following does not share its border with Tanzania? Malawi, Kenya, South Sudan, or Zambia? The correct answer is option C, South Sudan. Recently, the Zanzibar, Tanzania campus of the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, was formally launched. Tanzania is an African country situated just south of the equator. Dar es Salaam is the largest city and port city of this country. The mainland is bounded by Uganda, Lake Victoria, and Kenya to the north, by the Indian Ocean to the east, by Mozambique, Lake Nyasa, Malawi, and Zambia to the south and southwest, by Lake Tanganyika, Burundi, and Rwanda to the west. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the geoglyphs. 1. In India, no geoglyph has been found till date. 2. A geoglyph is created by arranging objects within a landscape. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, a geoglyph in the form of a circle said to be 3000 years old has been recently unearthed on the outskirts of Mudichu Thalapalli in the Medchal Malkajgiri district of Telangana. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. There are two types of geoglyphs, namely positive and negative geoglyphs. A geoglyph is created by arranging or moving objects within a landscape. Hence, statement 2 is correct. From ancient times, the most widely known geoglyphs are the Nazca lines of Peru, which have been a mystery to this day. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, sometimes seen in the news. Vaigai River originates from which of the following? Kolli Hills, Javadi Hills, Yelagiri Hills, or Varushanad Hills? The correct answer is option D, Varushanad Hills. Recently, a second flood warning for 5 southern districts has been issued after the water level in Vaigai Dam touched 68.50 feet. The Vaigai Dam is constructed across the Vaigai River near Andipatti in Theni district of Tamil Nadu. Rising in the Varushanad hills of western Tamil Nadu, it initially flows northeast through the Kamban and Varushanad valleys. In its central reaches, the Vaigai flows eastward into the Vaigai reservoir at Narsingpuram. The Vaigai river rarely floods. Its chief tributaries are the Siluriar, Theniyar, Varahanadi and Mangalar. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Treaty of Conventional Armed Forces in Europe. 1. Its purpose was to stop Cold War rivals from building up forces. 2. It came into force on November 9, 1992. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, Russia formally withdrew from the Treaty of Conventional Armed Forces in Europe. It was negotiated during the final years of the Cold War and signed a year after the fall of the Berlin Wall. Its purpose was to stop Cold War rivals from building up forces that could be used in a swift assault. Hence, statement 1 is correct. 22 member states of the two military alliances NATO and the Warsaw Pact came together in Paris on November 19, 1990 to sign the agreement. It finally entered into force on November 9, 1992. The Warsaw Pact by this time had disintegrated and its treaty obligations were consequently passed to the Pact's successor states. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following cases is related to the Indian Evidence Act? Nanavati versus State of Maharashtra 1961, Ahmad Khan versus Shah Banu Begum 1985, Mohini Jain versus State of Karnataka 1992, or Rajgopal versus State of Tamil Nadu 1994. The correct answer is option A, Nanavati versus State of Maharashtra 1961. Recently, the Supreme Court held that for admissibility under Section 27 of the Evidence Act, the fact discovered must be a direct consequence of information received from a person in custody. Nanavati versus State of Maharashtra was a 1959 Indian court case where Kawaz Manekshaw Nanavati, a naval commander, was tried for the murder of Prem Ahuja, his wife's lover. Through this case, it was observed that generally burden of proving guilt lies on prosecution, but in the case of general exceptions mentioned in the Indian Penal Code, burden of proof shifts on the accused. And Section 105 of Indian Evidence Act 1872 comes into the picture. The Imperial Legislative Council passed the Indian Evidence Act in 1872, which established the guidelines for admissible evidence in Indian courts. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, recently the production gap report was released. Which of the following is not involved in the production of the report? Stockholm Environment Institute, Climate Analytics, UN Environment Programme, or Conservation International? The correct answer is option D, Conservation International. Recently the production gap report was released. It is produced by the Stockholm Environment Institute, Climate Analytics, E3G, International Institute for Sustainable Development, and UNEP. It assesses government's planned and projected production of coal, oil and gas against global levels consistent with the Paris Agreement's temperature goal. According to the report, the world will overshoot 2030 coal limit to tame warming by twice over. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, recently the State of Food and Agriculture report was published by which of the following? Food and Agriculture Organization, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, International Fund for Agricultural Development, or Green Climate Fund? The correct answer is option A, Food and Agriculture Organization, that is FAO. Recently, the State of Food and Agriculture report was published by the FAO of the United Nations. The report presented a first attempt at a national level assessment for 154 countries. According to the report, India's share was 8.8% out of the global quantified $12.7 trillion hidden cost associated with agri-food systems, with China contributed 20% and US 12.3%. In India, the burden of disease productivity losses from dietary patterns had the largest share, that is 60% among hidden cost. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Last question is, which of the following releases the guidelines on information technology governance for regulated entities in India? Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Reserve Bank of India, or Ministry of Communications? The correct answer is option C, Reserve Bank of India. Recently, the Reserve Bank of India released final guidelines on information technology governance for regulated entities. These guidelines are for regulated entities like banks, non-bank financial companies, credit information companies, and other financial entities. The REs have been mandated to put in place a robust IT governance framework to cover focus areas like strategic alignment, risk and resource management performance, and business continuity, disaster recovery management. It will also address the issue of adequate oversight mechanisms to ensure accountability and mitigation of IT and cyber information security risk. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Recently, National Cold Index was released. It has been developed by which of the following? Central Statistics Office, Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, Economic and Statistical Organization, or IIT Kanpur? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.